Hola amigos, welcome back to another video. Here we are, my son and me, my little son Samuel, say hello to Gym Fam. Hola Gym Fam, bienvenidos a un nuevo video. Estoy aquí con mi hijo Samuel. Esta vez voy a mostrarles que fuimos a una caverna aquí en las montañas de Carolina del Norte. This time I'm gonna show you that we went to a cavern in North Carolina. And if you visit North Carolina one day, I recommend that you have to visit this cave. Si tú vienes a Carolina del Norte, te recomiendo que vengas a visitar estas cavernas. I'm gonna leave the address for that cave in this video description. En este video les voy a dejar la dirección. Si ustedes algún día visitan North Carolina, les dejaré la dirección para que puedan visitar este hermoso lugar. My family and I, we went last week. We went over there and it was fun. Fue muy divertido, muy hermoso, muy bonito visitar estas cavernas, la naturaleza, la creación de Dios. Y espero que les guste este viaje. Let's go, vamos allá.
Welcome to Gym Fam.
Flowing in our creek is a consistent 40 degrees. You will acclimate very quickly because there's no air moving, there's no breeze in our cavern. It actually takes about 5 years for the air to completely circulate through, which is why we've been hit so hard with continuing mask regulations. If you were to sneeze in there today without your mask on, it would take 5 years to completely clear out. Now, while we're in there, I would love for you to take flash photography. There are areas that are absolutely beautiful for flash photography. If you have your video cameras on, just make sure there's not a bright flash because that looks like a flashlight, which is how I direct your attention. And the first place I'm going to direct your attention are these two holes right here. That's the only circulation our cavern gets, and that's not for circulation at all. Can you guess what that's for? It's for the bats. It's for our bats to come in and out. Now, if you're scared of bats, don't worry about it. There are no bats here today. They only come here between October and April in the winter to hibernate. And even if there was a bat, I'm a certified bat ninja, so you don't have to worry about it at all. I would protect you from our tiny bats about the size of my pinky finger, but they won't be there today. Now, it's very important as we go through that we don't touch any smoking, no vaping, and stay nice and tight in a group together. Make sure our line doesn't get too pulled out. We'll be passing other large groups, and it's really helpful if we're tight in together. Any questions before we head in? Okay, here we go. Okay. So sis, there's some orange cones ahead on your right. You'll take our group in on the
Espérate, Fran. Hold on. Why you keep pushing me? Sí, ahorita digo que va a estar a 52 con la lina. This is so cool.
Okay, Gym family, welcome to another video. Okay, Gym fam, bienvenidos a un nuevo video más. Estamos en las cavernas de Carolina del Norte.
We have a rainbow, brown, and spotted trout that will live with us. And it's actually the trout that allowed us to discover Limbo Caverns back in 1822. We had some fishermen in the creek across the parking lot. Notice the fish were swimming upstream and into a flooded hole in the side of our mountain where the fish were staying for their evening hours in total darkness. which is something I will let you experience at the back of the cavern. For now, we'll head this way. If you're taller than me, it's not hard to be taller than me. Watch your head.
Voy con mamá. Venite, mami. Vete conmigo. Por eso no puedes.
Keep coming towards me, y'all. So Limbo Caverns is a prehistoric cavern system. We have our water level. This includes our creek and an underwater flooded room that's inaccessible to humans. That's our bottom level. Our middle level is the level with this walkway. Now this walkway was put in the 1930s and 40s, and we will stay here for most of our time today. But we have 8 upstairs rooms, including this one here. Now we call this the ballroom because this floor looks unnaturally smoothed out like a dance floor. It's not a dance floor at all. What you're looking at is a prehistoric waterfall. Y'all can scoot over and see it, come close. So millions of years ago, before the dinosaurs were on the earth, water would have been cascading over this until the water did break through the limestone. And just like the Colorado River has worked its magic at the Grand Canyon, our little creek has eroded all the way down to where it is today. Now we will go into an upstairs room at the back of the cavern, but for now I want everyone to step towards the chain because you have more headspace over here. And we'll head this way. Here I was taught stalactites hold on tight, stalagmites grow up mighty, meaning these are holding on at the top. Now, these were broken off in 1940. We had a flood in this area thanks to a hurricane. Hurricane Agnes stayed on top of the mountains for days and dumped buckets of water. It was just a torrential rainstorm. And we flooded from creek to ceiling. And these were broken off, but it gives us the chance to see the inside or the dissection of a stalactite. You can actually see how pure that water is coming through our mountain. It's only around the outside that we get these colors where the minerals mix with oxygen. So check that out and we'll head this way.
Look at Mom, Franklin. Si no se va a caer ahí.
Did you see that other upper room?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another little waterfall in there. It's very fascinating. The only time we have proof of humans ever living in limbo caverns is during the American Civil War. We had soldiers from both the Union and the Confederacy desert the war together and come into the mountains to hide. And they found a local family that was willing to help them hide. That family was known as pacifists, where it's cold, damp, and dark. Fire. Internet, right? Something to keep us from being bored. No, they had a fire. And if you look up, this is smoke damage from their fire. Now, unfortunately, all the cracks and fissures that are dripping on us today did allow the smoke up and out of Humpback Mountain, where people on top of the mountain thought the caverns were on fire because puffs of smoke started coming up through their property. Now, those people thought the mountain was burning from the inside out, so they called the authorities. The authorities did come in to investigate. We'll let them pass by. Thanks for coming, y'all. At 23 feet tall.
All this room, Joe.
And if y'all look up, these selected hermosa damage that flood. So when I talk about us flooding from creek to ceiling, this is what I'm talking about. And then as we start to head down and look up at some flow stone, we call that our wedding scene because it takes place in the front of our cathedral. And it actually photographs better without my flashlight. And then I'll head you down once you get the photo you like, just towards that white fence. And I'll meet you down there. Definitely look up some beautiful areas.
Ella trabaja en la comida.
No. No está listo.
No están listos.
So y'all, we have one area of the caverns that humans can't get to. It's actually down this dark hallway. Now, what's down here is a bottomless pool of water. We have no idea how deep down it goes. So we sent a weighted rope down. That rope was 250 feet long. That weight never touched the bottom. In 2005, we sent scuba divers down. They made it 60 feet before they couldn't go any further. And this means that we will not be able to explore that as humans until this creek continues to erode it away and that room drains down. So for now, we're going to head this way. I want you to watch your head. Watch your head here. What mineral is that? It's calcium or calcite, absolutely. So anytime you see white, that's going to be calcium or calcite. Now anytime you see red, like this up in here, that's iron oxide, more commonly known as rust. But the most important stone is actually this one right behind you. This is called Shady Dolomite. It's the type of limestone that makes up 90% of our mountain. And to open this up to the public in the 1930s, this had to be removed. And to remove it, they used dynamite. So now that you can identify this Shady Dolomite, you'll notice drill marks that go down where they removed this. Now, the next room we're going to head into is our smallest room. This is the room, I need to remind you, don't touch the walls. And I'm going to speak by you, excuse me.
Don't touch the walls.
And here we go.
Mami, sí podías tocar las paredes. Aquí no, en las otras, aquí no, porque aquí está alto.
Keep squeezing in, we got more people.
Y no se le ocurre, no esa.
Aquí sí no.
Mira, Juan, la piedra verde.
Keep filling in, keep filling in. Alright, y'all. If calcium turns the walls white and iron oxide turns them red, what would make this beautiful green color? A hint is that it happened to the Statue of Liberty.
Copper?
It's copper. So anytime you see green like this is copper. Now this is our largest stalactite. We call it our guess what rock because everyone thinks it looks like something different. Some people say pickle, cucumber, cactus, squid, or all of the above. And it is a stalactite. It is free flowing back in here. Now, this formation behind us is called Frozen Niagara. It's one of our biggest areas of flow stone. Do you see how it's this pure green up here and then it becomes a milky gray down here. That's where people have been touching it. That's what happens when people touch the walls. Now, this flowstone, it takes 125 years to grow 1 cubic inch, meaning geologists have estimated that this flowstone has actually been growing for 6 million years. Now we are going to duck around it. We're going to sneak by.
No, few more coming.
I'm going to stop right here just for a minute, sis, and let our group catch up. What do you think about all this? Not sure yet? I understand. You know I've been in here 8 times already today. Alright y'all, like I promised, we're going to head into this upstairs room. This is called the Goku Room. It's named after John Quincy Goku, who first opened the caverns to the public in 1937. And what you're going to see here is called cave coral. This happens when the water splashes at a shorter distance and the minerals splash out, making formations that look like the coral reef. And I want to remind everyone, this is a room where we really want to make sure we're not touching the walls. So come on up and let's check it out.
¿No te da curiosidad cómo te tocaron?
Eso sí, porque se mira peligroso.
Aquí ya no se puede tocar las paredes. Yo no me tocaba. ¿Qué para? Con mi brazo me toqué. Dios mío.
My group, watch your feet coming down these steps.
Mira qué mío, qué belleza, qué hermosura.
Mami.
Ay.
Wow. Está muy bonito este lugar. So beautiful. Muy interesante también. Interesting.
Yo que está listo.
¿Está listo? Ok. Ok, vamos.
Right over y'all's heads. Those are the drill marks that they use dynamite to open this up. Now our cavern system goes back an additional 600 feet, but from here the cavern becomes so narrow we can't access it. We do know in 1884, explorers made it 400 feet back at the request of Thomas Edison, who was sending people into the mountains to find platinum for the incandescent light bulb. And that means that our earliest cavern explorers were this far back and further without electricity. Instead, they would have used oil lamps. Now, to give you a feel of what that would be like, I'm going to turn our lamp on.
Mama.
Scoot back. Oh,
Mama.
scoot back in here.
Vení aquí. Espérate, mamá.
O sea, sí, van a apagar las luces.
No estamos mirando.
We've not done it yet. Now, but to experience it, you have to turn off cameras. You have to turn off your phones. Anything that flashes, anything that lights up has to be turned off. If you have a watch on that lights up, put a hand over it.
atrás. Esta es una oscuridad extrema.
Sí.
Mira esto. Sí, madre. No, sigue caminando. Un vecino.
Oh, nice. Is it nice and cool in the mountains? Yeah. Hot in Charlotte, right? Watch out.
Also not a bad omen to a hot start to their race.
Ya que hay agua que vamos para que
Hoy va.
Alright, y'all, the last formation we're going to look at is this one here. Can anyone tell me why we have such a flat area in our cavern? What are we looking at here? This is where our creek used to be. Millions of years ago, our creek was up this high throughout our cavern. It did erode away about 95% of the floor, all of it that Shady Dolomite limestone, leaving behind this much harder, much less porous bedrock table. So check that out. That's where our creek used to be, and we'll head out.
Esto es agua.
Allí era el río antes, estoy bajando.
Not one compares penny to low at home. No one tingling with a terrible headache or other injuries. So walk very carefully, watch for these, so you don't smash into one. Alright, we're gonna let this group pass and then we'll continue.
Mira, tenemos grupo pequeño, tenemos otro grupo pequeño
Thank
aquí.
you. Watch your hands.
Miren el pescado. Miren el pescado. Oh, un pescado. Mira el pescado también.
Alright, this is the
y'all wanna
end
know
of
what
our
the
tour.
Caverna
Este es el final de nuestro
That's what the
paseo.
walls in there feel like. I know, right? Yeah, now you finally can touch it. And you'll learn what it's slippery, not slimy. It's actually a little gritty because of the minerals.
Yeah.
This one feels so weird.
You get some good footage.
Yes.
Okay.
No, Mama, no tiene. Así se siente.
Give me 1 second. We're going to clean our shoes off.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So we'll head up the hill. Now I'll clean off my shoes at the end of the day.
Ok, este es el final de este video, de este viaje. This is the end of this video. Please subscribe to our channel. Give us a big thumbs up. Por favor, suscríbanse a nuestro canal y denos un like. See you next time.